whatever it lights your fire, you just go out and do it. You know what I mean? It's life is too bloody short. So yeah, excellent. Well done.
It was actually so scary. You know, it's so funny. Like, and I mean, I love being put into spaces where I have no idea what's going to happen, and I'm so petrified. So it was good, great practice. I mean, the job is next week, and the money's great. So I just in the back of my head, I was like, you have to do this. There's no way you can't. So it's gonna be fine, guys. Hi, everybody. I'm just telling an embarrassing story about myself.
I'll actually turn the tables on you, Tash. That's what I'll do.
Oh my god. Stop.
Nah, I'm only joking.
Oh my god. If you guys, like, if I get the job, I'll show you all the video. If I don't, I'm not doing it. But if I get the job, I'll show you all. So let's hope that I do. I'm just gonna give it maybe one more minute, everyone, and then we'll get going. We have such a fun on tonight's call. I actually already pressed record by accident, so we're already recording. So anybody swear? No, I'm kidding. Don't swear. Where are you, Dave? You're in Ireland, right?
For once, yeah, I've introduced myself to my family again. I'm normally up in the air somewhere, but yeah, I'm greetings from the Green Isle in the south of Ireland. It's been it's a kind of a good day today, but you could get anything these days: snow, sunshine, rain. You know. Anyway, we don't get extremes. That's the only good thing. So, yeah, I ain't complaining. Every day is a brilliant day to be alive and kicking and doing things. So. It's all good. So yeah, I'm in my car. I've been traveling, so I just made it in time to get this call on. So brilliant.
We're so grateful. We're so grateful. So I'm going to get going. So just to be really respectful of your time and to be really thankful to everybody for coming. So hi everybody and welcome to our Fast Track to SC call. Tonight's speaker, I am just so excited to have our speaker on. As you can already tell, he is someone that is super high energy. Obviously, I've been in this business a couple of years now, and Dave's someone I've always kind of watched because he's just so crazy, and I love that. I think this business is so exciting, and I think that what I love about it is you can be anyone, right? You can be anyone in this business. So we have Dave O'Brien from sunny old Ireland we're just talking about. Dave is 64. Can you believe it? You do not look 64. He lives in Cork right now in the south of Ireland. He's married with 4 grown-up children, aged between 27 and 41. He is NMD in the business and has been in the business for 25 years, which is like amazing. Then he's also a worldwide inspirational speaker on health, and he's the world record holder. So this is something about Dave that's just so different from anyone else you'll ever meet, ever. So his passion's super infectious. You'll hear that too. And he now he flies at least once a week all the time, and has done that for the last year. And in 2010, Dave became the oldest man in the world and the only Irishman ever and only one of the handful of people in the whole world to complete the 4 deserts, which is 1,000 kilometers in 38 weeks, carrying everything on his back to survive across the hottest, windiest, driest, and coldest deserts on the planet. So I don't think I'll ever forget hearing about your story. He's a true desert runner. In fact, his exploits are the inspiration for the Desert Runners movie, winning 8 film awards worldwide. So again, amazing. And in 33 years of running and with over 600 races completed, oh my gosh, this bio is amazing. He's never been injured or sick and has never missed a race due to sickness or injury. As he says himself, it's not about good luck or good genes. I was going to say good grace, that either. But it's all about good health. And in more recent times, this is what's absolutely bonkers about you, and I love it. He's become a barefoot runner, having run over 5,000 kilometers barefoot. So any excuses for running lately? I don't think we have any anymore. So I'm going to let you take it away, Dave. His topic tonight is running the business marathon that we have with our wonderful Juice Plus business. Obviously, it's a Fast SC call, but I really wanted Dave on this call because obviously we couldn't get him on the other one as it's silly o'clock in the morning for Ireland then. And I just think he's such an inspirational speaker. He's someone I've wanted on this ever. So Lauren as well just says thank you so much for doing this with us, and we're just super excited to hear what you have to share. So please take it away.
I'm overcome with emotion, as we say in Ireland. After that, I'll have to lie down. That was thank you, Tasha. That's really nice of you to say those things. Hey, listen, at the end of the day, it's I always say we're all, you know, I suppose you need to have your lips and your legs going in the same direction. Do you know what I mean? I'm not, look, guys, I'm not an expert in anything. I left school at 15 to a round of applause. They all clapped their hands. They were thrilled to see the back of Dave O'Brien. So I have no academia whatsoever. I guess I got the University of Life though behind me, and that's pretty hard to beat. And so I'm not recommending that we all leave school at 15 like I did and go out working. I know education is very important, but as I said, all I can do tonight is give you a little kind of an insight into my story. It's like you, Tasha, you have an incredible story. And each and every one that's listening tonight, you're all amazing. And I'm not just saying that, I mean it. Everybody is so unique. And when I do a talk anywhere in the world, I point to the audience and say, any one of you can get up here and speak, and I will sit down and listen to you enthralled, because it's incredible. And like, you're right, Tasha, I'm known for the oldest man in the world, the only guy to run these 4 deserts. But remember one thing, guys, there were only 4 deserts, and I choose to run them. Some people have their desert every day. Do you know what I mean? Ordinary, everyday people that have, you know, they have, I don't know, degenerative disease or bereavement or depression. And, you know, these people have to get out of bed every single day and put one foot in front of the other. And that's what inspires me. So it doesn't have to be anything flashy. You know, people have a roller coaster in their life, and it's how to deal with that. And you know, I guess our business is no different. It's the most amazing, wonderful, incredible business. I love it to bits. You know, 25 years, and I'm on now this minute, and I'm as excited now, I promise you, honestly, as I was day one. Probably even more crazy, I guess. And that's because you think about it, like Tash, I know your mom. I'm speaking to you. You know, I'm in Ireland. People are in the States. People are in the UK. And at the press of a button, this family we have together can come and support and look after one another. And there's very, very few companies that you can really do that, and people do it because they want to, and they do it from here. You know what I mean? Not because it's something you have to do. So I don't want to hog the limelight too much, and I know I also respect people's time. So I know you wanted me to just say this, Tasha, because a lot of people ask me, what is it that drives you? What is the passion? What is the focus? What is this determination and the burning desire to achieve? And to be honest, it goes back to my childhood, and we're all the same. We're all shaped, I guess, when we grow up in our early days by our mum, our dad, our siblings, and that's what shapes all of us as individuals. You know, I know later on in life, our colleagues and our educational system, but primarily it's at home. And when I was a young boy, I was, I think, 8.5. My dad, who I was very close to, decided to leave. He left my mum with 5 children, and it's a weird kind of thing. I know this is not anything unusual. There are thousands of people that have had this experience, and you know, when that happened, mum gave up everything. She gave up, I often say my mum gave up her freedom so as her children could have theirs. Do you know what I mean? And that's what women do. That's why I have so much respect for women, so much respect for mums. And she's my hero, for goodness sake. She's incredible. Nike stole that saying from my mum. They did, because she just did it. You know what I mean? She just went out and did it. She worked 3 cleaning jobs to keep the 5 of us together. But here's the thing. There's one moment, I call them pivotal moments. We all have pivotal moments in our life. You know, we're going in one direction, and then boom, something happens, be it good or bad, and we change direction. Well, the day that we were taken out of, Dad had a good job, and we had a lovely house, and one day a truck came up with wooden sides. I remember it well. They took my mum's furniture and all of us, and we were pretty much thrown out of this house. And the council gave her a house in another part of Dublin, and she still lives there today, bless her. And when they got to this house, there was a tiny little garden, and these 2 men got out, and they unceremoniously threw all the little bits and pieces she had into this garden and drove away. And as that truck drove away, I was holding on to my mum. And I remember looking up to her eyes, and I will never forget the look on my mum's face. And I made an instant decision there and then. I mean, I was only 8.5, but I made an instant decision. No matter what it would take, I would make sure my mum was okay. And I guess that's, you know, that's what I've tried to do all my life. That's why I'm very focused. I'm very passionate. I'm very driven to help make things happen for particularly people who are close to me and people and it's not always money, by the way, guys. In fact, money doesn't really rate it up top. It's important, yes, and it can buy you freedom, yes, but it's about what we can do for others. You know what I mean? It's being the best you can be. And I made that promise to my mom, to myself, that time, that I would make sure she was okay. And I'm delighted to say, I was never going to turn out any other way, because I watched my mom do it. And that's what I've tried to live by, because at the end of the day, guys, you're not going to be remembered by how big your walk-in wardrobe is, or what color your car is, or how many pairs of shoes you have. We come into this world, you know what I mean, naked and with nothing, and we leave with nothing. And the only thing we can leave on this planet is our footprint. Do you know what I mean? Of what benefit we were able to bring to other human beings. And never, ever underestimate the power that you all have to do that. A smile, a hug, just listen to somebody. If we can leave the world a little bit better than when we found it, then we've really achieved in this life. And by doing that, and by giving and being grateful for stuff, it comes around. Trust me, it comes. And in this Juice Plus family, this amazing family, people do that. You know what I mean? They go out there and they give. It's all about giving. And if you can help people achieve what they're trying to achieve, even if you're only a little cog in the wheel, that will help everybody, yourself included. Who was it that said, if you help enough people get what they're looking for in life, you'll never have to look for anything yourself, or words to that effect. And it's so true. But so that's really where it all started. And then I suppose if you go to my running career, I started very late in life. I was 30 years of age, and I saw a race come through my local area. It was a marathon. And my mum said, there's a local, go and support him. And I was cheering and I just got excited by the whole thing. I said, oh my God, this is amazing. These people are running by and everybody's cheering and everybody. I said, I'm going to do it next year. And the following year, I went into the race. I bought a pair of running shoes and I ran. The only problem, folks, was that I hadn't trained. And I wouldn't advise you run a marathon, 26.2 miles, if you don't train. So I tore ligaments in both my knees, but I finished. And I finished, this stupid macho thing. And at the end, my wife was there to greet me, and she was like an army officer, and she was going, there you go. I told you this was going to happen. I mean, look at the state of you. Can't even stand. And she was giving it to me. And as she was, I was hugging her. She was crying, of course, because she saw the state I was in. But I looked over her shoulder at my brother, Barry, and I went, I made another instant decision in life, that if I could repair these knees of mine, that I would just run one more race, one more marathon, and I'd run it without injury. Well, guys, that was many, many years ago. And in 35 years of running, I've run nearly 700 races now to date, all over the world, everything from mountain records to cross country to marathons to desert running. And in all that time, in 35 years, as Tasha rightly said, I've never, ever been injured or sick or missed a race due to sickness or injury. And that is not just good luck or good genes. It is indeed good health. So all I can do tonight, I guess, is giving that story and be selfish, Tasha. Be selfish, folks. Look after you first, because if you don't, you're going to be no good to anybody else. So do that first. Look after you. Look after your health, and be the poster for Juice Plus. It's so important, because sometimes, I mean, can you imagine, and no disrespect to anybody, but if you want to look after yourself, be healthy, do healthy things, eat good food. I know we can't all live up a tree and eat the bark and live with the animals, but I'm not saying we should do that, but try and be an example. And by doing that, people will look at you, they will watch you, they'll be intrigued, they'll be interested, and they will start asking you questions. What do you do? What kind of stuff do you eat? I mean, how do you look like this? I mean, I'm nearly 65, my next birthday, and I want to be around in 30 years' time with a sharp mind and without a stick. And honest to God, you can. Don't let anybody tell you anything different, because it's not true. I'm not saying things don't happen with age. Yes, of course they do, but it doesn't mean you can't do anything about it. And that's the good news, guys. I'm twice, 3 times some of your age there. But the good news is it gets better with age. Everything. It's incredible, It's just, life is so wonderful. It's so good. And I'm sure people think I'm on speed half of the time, because I'm kind of just so excited about life. And I adore people. So I think it's just the resilience of people which fascinates me. It's incredible. So yeah, so my running hit started. I started with the company. I saw it many years ago. And for those of you that have just started, or those of you that are in the very early stages of this business, um, I also was a newbie. I also started with absolutely zilch, nothing except a mentor. And I know, Tasha, you're an incredible mentor, and that's what it's all about. Go. No, I'm really serious. Look, guys, talk to Tash. She's there. She's done it. She puts herself on the line. She's going, and you know, sometimes it's getting out of that side, that comfort zone. It's not easy. I totally admit that. But Tash is there. Use your upline. Talk to your upline. Look for the experience. They've done it. And you know, people often ask me how am I an NMD, and I said, well, I've had more no's than my whole team put together. I've had more doors slammed. I've had more people disown me. I've had more people tell me that I was, you know, I'm involved in that funny thing. You know, what's a lovely guy like you involved in a thing like that? In those days, it was much more difficult. It's much easier now because people understand network marketing. But we pioneered it years ago, and you know, it was ridiculous. I mean, my wife told me she divorced me. My children told me what to do with myself. I couldn't repeat that on this phone. And but guess what? Here we are, many years later. My wife is a sales coordinator. She's a wellness coordinator. All my children have been on Juice Plus for over 20 years. I've two grandkids, and they're Juice Plus babies. Woohoo! Bring it on! And a third little girl on the way in another couple of months. It doesn't get much better. So the best gift that I can leave on this planet, I know we all want to have to be remembered by I suppose, by being the best we could be on this earth. But I also personally want to be remembered for sharing Juice Plus with as many people as I can. And I don't mean sell it, guys. You don't sell Juice Plus, you share it. And so yeah, so that's pretty much it. So for all of you, as I said, starting, don't be discouraged. You know, it's not really what happens to you in life; it's what you do with what happens. And you know, if you have that belief, that passion, that fire, that it can make a difference in someone's life, and you know, you're going to go down. We all fall down. That's no problem at all. It's not getting up is the problem sometimes. So look for help. Talk to Tasha, talk to your upline, stick together, guys, stick together, and we will help one another, and you will succeed. It is, everybody has the same opportunity. I don't have gold plated Juice Plus. Tasha doesn't have gold plate. We all have the same Juice Plus. We all have the same marketing plan. And some people make £5 or €5 or $5 a month. Some people make 50,000. We have the same system. It's just what you want from it. And everybody wants something different. And I totally respect that. I have some distributors just want to make, you know, their own cost of their own Juice Plus back. And it's wonderful. I have other distributors who want to go and change their life completely. And I'll support each and every one as much. So it's exciting. It's exciting. So it's getting that plan together. Sit down with your upline, work out that plan, get your list together. Again, you're going for SC, I believe. Is that right, Tasha? Everybody on this call, or the majority, are going for it? That's incredible. That's brilliant. That is amazing. And this is just the start of a journey for you. And so sit down and go back. And I even do it myself. After all those years, I still get somebody else on the list. And what I do then is you work out your approach, you know, because everybody's different, and there's as many approaches as there are people. So don't go out there and, like I did when I started, I went on a mission, and I would lift people up and I would throw up on them on Juice Plus for 30 minutes. And then when they would try to breathe, I would shove a box of Juice Plus down their throat. And I mean that in the nicest possible way. My heart was in the right place, but my lips weren't. So watch your approach, sit down with people who've done it before, and then one by one, take these people and go and approach them properly. I need your help. Could you help me? I'd love your opinion. Would you sit down with me and look at what I'm doing, so you might be able to refer some people on to me? You know, there's so many approaches, and it's just going through those people, and that's how you get your customers, and that's how you get your teamies. So yeah, so I've gone all over the place, guys. I just, you let me loose. That's a very dangerous thing to let me loose. So I'm going to zip it now, and if there's any more, I mean, there's loads and loads and loads more, but if there's any questions or anything, or any value I can added value I can bring, please shout or ask a question. No problem.
That was so awesome, Dave. Thank you so much. Oh, great. My mum has one. Great. Please go ahead.
Thanks, Dave. Nice to see you again.
Hey.
Hi, are you okay? I actually do a lot of the 3 foot rule, but I've just seen what different approaches you've got for the 3 foot rule, which might benefit other people on the call.
Yeah, what I would do is, okay, 2 heads are better than 1. So if I sit down with somebody and we get 3 or 4 people, and I'll ask them about this person. I'll ask them what age they are. Are they in a relationship? How do they know them? How close are they to them? When do they meet them? How often do they meet them? When they meet them, what do they talk about? It's like CSI Miami. So I'm kind of from them, when my new distributor finishes, I say, okay, so listen, how would you approach this person? Because you know them, I don't. And they will tell me. And then I might say, that's brilliant. Or I might say, what if we tried this approach? And so that's how I kind of do it. You get very skillful after a while, but it is a skill, guys. It definitely is a skill. I just went at it like a machine gun, and I just alienated half of the population of Ireland, I'd say. And so I had to learn the hard way, and I was disastrous. I wouldn't listen. I thought I was a great salesperson. It wasn't about sales. It was about gifting Juice Plus. It was about listening. Listening is key. Listening for the key words, listening for how we can be of value to others. And it is a skill, and it took me a long time. Hands up. But yeah, you're right. So approach is pretty much everything. That's the big one. The one I love to use is the referral. You know, Yvette, would you know anybody that would be willing to sit down with me and might know some people that would be interested in maybe, like, you know, spending more time at home or with the kids, working from home a little bit more, earning actually a little bit more maybe to pay mortgage or whatever, or somebody who wants to travel a bit more or increase their circle of friends. You know, there's loads of, would you know anybody who would want to do this, 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 and this? And yeah. And it's pretty good when you get good at it. If you do enough of them, you get pretty good at approaching people the right way. If I meet someone on a plane, I'll get their email. I've never been refused an email, honestly. Never, ever been refused an email in all the years I've been traveling. And when I do, I'll send an email back and forward. It could be a month before I'll even mention Juice Plus. I build up a relationship. That's what you just build relationships, and then slowly but slowly you get to know little things about one another, and then it'll come into conversation. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if that's been helpful.
Yeah, thanks. Most of my 3 foot rule, because I do beauty therapy, is with a client, and particularly when they Chloe, stop it. She's raiding the cupboard over there, distracting me.
Chloe, what are you doing? Chloe, come over here. Where is she?
Take that out, email. Come over here. Say hello to Dave.
I'm really sorry.
Hey, hi Chloe. Don't be sorry at all. Keep going. It's all good. So what are you doing? You're raiding the press, are you?
Gosh, look how burnt I am.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
would you send some?
Tell Dave where you went yesterday. I'll tell you what Dave does after. Tell him where you
I can
went.
guess what he does.
No, tell him. Besides that.
Scaffold Pike.
Oh, wow.
I don't know.
I love it.
Scaffold Pike. One of the.
That's serious stuff.
I couldn't finish it. I got to like 800 meters, and I was.
Brilliant. Well done. Well done.
I love it.
Anyway, so when I've got a client on the bed and some are open. Sorry,
Thank you
some
so
are open.
much, Mum, for asking that question, because for me that's definitely something that the 3 foot rule. I mean, I use obviously. Oh my gosh, sorry, Zoom's trying to give me some weird. Stop Zoom. Zoom's trying to close the meeting. Stop it. The 3 foot rule is obviously something we all use, but definitely like social media is obviously something I live off. So, I mean, what I'd love to ask you is, do you use social media to grow your business mostly, or are you person to person?
Oh, I'm person to person. I'm a dinosaur, guys. I'm the last person you need on this call to talk about social media. Some people in my team are very good. I can't do it, but I have teamies who are better than I am. That's not difficult. It's a very important tool. It really is. And businesses are being built all over the world on social media. However, one note of caution. In my opinion, I'm the old stock, as they call it. So I always love that interaction, that eyeballing, that being with the person, that, you know, that one-to-one. I love that. But definitely, I would not just I would not just do one or the other. I would do both. And I think the younger guys, you guys, are just natural at social media and about getting it out there and getting it out there correctly, and making yourselves interesting, and people want to find out what you're doing, and then you can put them into PM private messages, and then you can try and do something with it. But I'm really, really bad with that, guys. I must say, no, I really am. But if I was good at social media, I would probably, yeah, I'd be probably driving Ferraris or something. I don't know. But yeah, it's something that, and learn about it. There's a lot of skill set in social media as well. Really big time. So I'm only at the beginning stages, guys, I have to say. Yeah.
Awesome. I love that. You've been in this 25 years and you're like, I'm at the beginning stages. Like, I'm cool. It just
yeah, for sure. I mean, people say, oh, I wish I had come in when you came in. It was a great, brilliant opportunity. It was a better opportunity. Absolutely not. I can assure you, you did not want to be in it when we were. It was tough. You know, it's not that it's not tough as today as well, but it was really, really more. There's so much in place now. You know, social media platforms are incredible. The company has so much information on that. The science is there. The science is amazing. We didn't have the science in those days, and there's so much more acceptance of the likes of network marketing, multi-level marketing. It's more understood. It's taught in some universities now. Yeah, it's let's say a little bit easier than it would have been in my day. But use both. Use social media, but you always start with your warm market, your friends. It's much easier to do that than to, people think I'd rather go to strangers. But if you don't alienate your friends, if you look for help from your friends, you're always going to get it if you do it the right way. And, you know, people often say to me, if only I had a good upline, or if only I had if somebody only gave me 20 customers to start, or if only, guys, I hear people say, if only my boss would pay me more money, or if only my workers would work harder. It's never about resources. Honestly, trust me, it's about resourcefulness. Do you know what I mean? Because everybody on this call, I promise you, has exactly what they need within them to achieve what it is they truly want to achieve. That is a fact. That is an absolute. You all have it, guys. You look. The person who's going to do that is that person looks back at you in the mirror. You have everything. Everything's in place. The marketing plan is there. The company is there. Your mentor is there. Juice Plus is out of this world. Everybody has the same thing. The only, if you like, difference there, the key there is you. And so don't think that you haven't got enough of it. You have everything within you to go out there and do whatever it is you need to do with this wonderful franchise. And we'll be there all the way with you to support you. Promise.
Awesome. So one of Lauren's favorite things that I think she's drilled in with me forever, and something I think of every day, and whenever I hear the words paint a big vision for yourself, I think of Lauren. So I mean, I'd really love to ask, and if anyone has any questions, now's your time to think. So what kind of is your vision for the future?
Well, for me, I think we're only starting to scratch the scratches. I often say the vision for me personally is to develop as many of national marketing directors as I can. And the reason I say that is it's not to do with, again, bigger checks, but the bigger your check, the more people you're helping. In Ireland, I want to personally, even though I've got businesses in 8 countries, I get paid from 8 countries. I've got businesses there. I want in Ireland because it's given me a lot growing up. This country has been very good to me, and I'm living down the south here. I need a kick in the ass. So my vision is that I build and develop the Juice Plus franchise with as many people in this country as I possibly can, which will grow into other countries as well. I know that. We have a small amount of national marketing directors here. So I've got my vision board, and my vision board is to develop 6 national marketing directors in the next 5 years. I know that sounds like a very small amount, but in Ireland, and particularly around where I live, that will be huge for me. That will be a massive goal for me, and I have a plan set out to do that. And so that's my main thing, to develop and help people achieve what they're looking for. And I've said 6 in the next 5 years to do that. So that'll be my for Juice Plus. I don't know what the percentage is in the States. I think it's 1 in. Is it 1 in 6 people? But it's to grow Juice Plus. What is it?
Does someone know?
Give that to me.
Oh, I think
it's 1 in. Okay. But so the vision would be to grow Juice Plus in Ireland for me personally, and to grow it worldwide, of course, and open up new countries, which they're doing. But the bottom line is to by introducing Juice Plus to somebody, what you're doing is, as I say, I really feel it's gifting. It's gifting somebody something very special, and I don't want to sort of go to bed at night saying, "What if I had told that person?" I don't want somebody to come up to me, honest to God, and this is like a vision thing, where somebody says, "Dave, I was struggling with whatever it is. I could have done with Juice Plus. I could have done with the business 6 months ago, a year ago, 2 years, and you never told me." So I don't want to live with that regret. I want to go to bed at night and sleep well, which I do, thankfully, and knowing that I've put that out there to as many people as possible. So if you want to put it into a nutshell, as I said, that's what I'm looking at in Ireland specifically, is to build and develop Juice Plus to a much higher level than we have at the moment.
Awesome. Awesome. I think that's great. And I definitely agree with you. I feel like Ireland is scratching the scratch, as you say. I really feel like Ireland hasn't really, blown up yet in the way that it could. So that, I mean, and I think the same with the UK, to be honest. Like for me, I live in London. I'm actually, I'm from the north of England, and I always kind of think, why has no one ever owned London? I'm like, what is wrong with it? And I asked Eliana, one of our new NMDs, and she said it's because it's, it's a really transit city. People come and go so much, but for me, it just shows so much potential in a city like this, and for it to grow and to be, made even bigger. And I think what's really amazing is, I couldn't make conference because I was doing a modeling job, and that kind of broke my heart. But what was really amazing is that I have felt fired up because of my team going to conference, and that's kind of everything for me. Seeing how lit up these girls are from conference is just like amazing. And I do really think that they keep on saying the best is yet to come every conference, but it just feels like it keeps on happening. So like, I really, really love your enthusiasm and your fire and your passion for this. 25 years on, it just says so much about the company and so much about the journey that we're on. So grateful for your time, Dave. If anyone has any questions, press unmute now. Anyone?
I just wanted to say thank you, Dave. We've met a couple times, and every time you just have this enthusiasm and the joie de vivre that is just fabulous. And I just want to say thank you for being you.
Thank you so much indeed. I really appreciate that. You're a star. Thanks a million. That's lovely.
Thank you. It's so funny. I've just have this person from Bath who I've been texting back and forth with, and I met him in San Francisco. And he is now in the Netherlands, and he's a rugby player. And so it's so funny. He literally, as we were on this call, he texted me, he was like, "How you doing?" Because it was his birthday, and I texted him. And so he's been interested in the product. So offline, I'd like to talk to maybe some of you guys and say, how do I connect somebody in Bath? I mean, I don't know the geography well enough. So
Don't worry about that, because we can link you in. There's a couple of big Zooms going on all the time. And we can link that in, and also we can record stuff, and you can get recorded stuff as well. So no problem with that. If you need a hand, you get on to Tasha, and if you need something done, that's what we're here to do. Honestly, don't feel that you're on your own with that. We're all gettable. You know what I mean? If we're not there in person, we can always get a recording there, or we can get one that's coming up. We can give you dates and stuff, and he can patch into that. And those Zooms are really powerful. And you said he's a rugby player, is that right?
He's an international rugby player. He also, his parents are both doctors, and he's a really cool guy. We met very serendipitously in San Francisco, and we've been going back and forth for a bit here, and for actually close to 5 or 6 months. So, but he's really getting interested in what's going on, and so I want to be able to plug him into something more local. He asked when I'm going to be in the UK next, but I think it would be great to show him, obviously, how we all work together, and I don't need to be in the UK to help him plug him in. And he's your age, Tosh. He's not,
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well, you're more.
Well, but that's brilliant. And you know what I love what you said there, that you've been on and off talking and chatting to him. You see what I'm talking? You're building up this relationship, and it's brilliant. And he's obviously interested, and he's kind of curious, and that's perfect. If you had given him, thrown up for an hour on Juice Plus, I'm sure you would have alienated him. But it's great that you have this relationship. And now you're right. Now it's time to patch him into something that's going down. and it can be done. I promise you, not a problem.
So real quick, are there any bloke calls? There's that kind of younger,
Yeah.
generation bloke calls and stuff. I think he would really plug into that well.
Okay, I've got Ross Fanari. He's a big NMD. He's one of the oldest there. He developed Germany. He's a presidential national marketing director. And Ross, I did a Zoom call for him last week, and he's got John Hollowathy. John is young. He's a real go-getter, and he's got a Zoom call. Oh my goodness! I'll send it to Tasha. He only sent it to me today. I have it on my system. I'll find out where it is, and it'll be a Zoom call. And if you could patch into that, it would be brilliant. So I give it. I'll make sure you get it through, Tasha. Is that okay?
Thank you so much, Dave. That's awesome, rockin'. Really appreciate that. Thank you.
There's also
Pleasure.
You probably know. I think, is it Wim Planger? Wim Planner?
Yeah, I know Wim. Yeah.
His daughter Amelie. Me and her have connected more lately. He's just started a new call on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. as well. We're working together a bit, so I can get the details with her. She only wants men on the call on the Wednesday, but if you have like a male, if you have a male prospect, then she's saying that the person can be on too. So I'll tell her, and she wants more people on it. She's just started it, and the good thing is about the Germans and the guys from people from Holland are that there are a lot of men, and they just seem to get it like more there. I mean, I don't want to say anything against the guys in the UK, and I don't know if you agree with this, Dave, but for me, when I meet Germans and people, from that part of Europe, the men are just so entrepreneurial there that they just seem to get network marketing like you would never believe. And I can say that just from experience when I meet people from, Olivia Measure's boyfriend is from Germany, and what he's built is just super, super, super inspirational with Club W. And I definitely think that he's definitely someone that will connect with a German audience. And I know that Amelie has also got a German call, I think, that she's starting. Obviously, he's not German, but I'm saying, that circle for sure. And she would be more than happy.
He's in the Netherlands right now, actually. He's in the Netherlands right now. So I think he's doing some rugby stuff. He was out here in San Francisco for startup stuff. He's very smart, but he's also a rugby player. He's a really cool nuance, and he's easy on the eyes. I mean, I just got to put that out there.
That's a bonus.
I love that.
That's a big bonus, ladies.
I could be his mother, so I'm not talking about me. I got eyes, but
Oh, that's so funny. Who needs a boyfriend? Let's set them up.
Exactly, set them up. Yeah.
Intelligent athlete, looks after himself, and he's very keen. So
going to be in Juice Plus. Like, what are we losing out on? I love it.
Brilliant.
Check.
Right? I love that. So thank you so much,
That
Dave.
is awesome. Tasha, I just have a really quick question too. I have a couple of friends who live in Ireland, David.
Yeah, okay.
So how would I connect them? Are you doing any live events there at the moment?
Yeah, we can patch them in. So again, are their friends you want to expose to the
business?
I guess the product and the business, both?
Yes.
Yeah, no problem. We've got Team Ireland, we call it, and we'd have there's about 7 or 8 NMDs in that. They'd be the main NMDs in Ireland, and we would have events, and we have Zoom calls. We have I can patch you in, or them in to what's going on here. Would they, for example, go on a Zoom call to find out what's going on, something like that, or what do you think?
Yeah, I haven't approached them yet, but I know that the husband, he does immigration farming, so he's really big into that. Do you have tower gardens yet in Ireland or not?
No, I mean we've a couple of sample ones, but they're not officially in the country. I was there when they came out day one in the States. I saw them; they were falling apart, and the motors didn't work, and they've progressed really nicely over the years. But I thought I could smuggle one back to Ireland in those days. But anyway, yeah, it's only a kind of a political thing. We get them shortly, but Yeah, it's okay. So what you need to do with the, how do you, okay, I'd only be doing a call with you on this and picking your brains and finding out about them and stuff. But I suppose the long and short of it is that if you have a good relationship with them, then the approach should be, look, I've got something really interested. You may not be interested in yourself, but you may know somebody who is. I'm really looking to expand my business in Ireland. Or, you know what I mean? There's loads of approaches.
Yeah.
And would you do me a favor? Would you have a look at this? Would you patch into a Zoom and come back and give me your opinion? I don't know what way they're doing it in Ireland, but maybe you're there on the ground. You might, like you're helping me out. You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. Yeah, and I mean that's not trying to be sly or anything about things. I mean that's been genuine because you do want their opinion on it. But it's a lovely way because you don't put him under pressure. You know what I mean? He's just going to help you out. So you've got to have that engagement first, and then let me know what the situation is, and I'll give you the what's going down and what's happening in terms of Zoom calls and events and things like that.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, David.
No, it's a pleasure.
How about in Dublin, Ireland? Because I have a sailing friend of mine too who's in Dublin that we've been going back and forth with.
Oh, good. Yeah. There's loads happening in Dublin. More down south here. Dublin would probably be, there'd be a good bit happening there. And I would know the main NMD there as well. So Damien Brennan. So again, and they do have events. So he could actually physically go to an event, you know?
Okay.
So again, I can get a list of stuff that's going on as well. And that isn't a problem. I can get all that information to you. So I think just make the contacts first. Find out what way would they go to an event. Would they patch into a Zoom? And some of them are even international ones that we're using, that we're patching our own people into as well. So there's plenty of Zooms out there. That's the easiest initial start, I think, you know.
It just would be nice for them to speak the same language of Irish.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's always nice. It's funny whenever I'm in America and I meet someone English. It's like we go, oh my God, you're English! So yeah,
Come on, it is. Yeah, you're right.
We do
absolutely. I get that.
It's funny.
Well, we don't speak English.
Right. Well, I know. I'll never forget this woman in New York. She was like as if she'd never spoken to an English person for 10 years. And in New York, I always assume that everyone knows. It's so funny, this trip that I just had in America, like I'm going way off subjects, but I would meet people constantly and it's like they'd never met an English person. And it was just so bizarre because you always think in the big cities, the English people are always there. But I suppose the ratio from Americans to British people is like just crazy, right? So yeah, it is funny. Like I think it's definitely really important with this business to keep people connected and to keep people feel like they're at home in some way, shape or form. So I'll definitely make sure we get that. So I've got Callie, Manon and my mom in my head to chase up your stuff with. But thank you so much, Dave. This was amazing. I feel like everybody's like got so much out of this call. So we're really, really, really thankful. And just, I look forward to seeing all these more running things. Do you have a race coming up? Are you doing anything soon?
Well, I've decided to help Eddie O'Shaughnessy, one of our distributors. His wife unfortunately passed away 2 years ago from cancer. And he set up a creche in Calcutta for these little children, these street children. They're called the Forgotten Children. And Juice Plus, this amazing company, will match the funding of anything that we do for charity. It's quite extraordinary. And so with his money and with Juice Plus's money, we built this creche, not we, but Eddie really, basically. And there's 52 children now have been taken off the streets and are being educated. They have the creche and then they get them to primary school, secondary school, and then somebody takes them to college. So it's not that they go back out on the street again. And it's so amazing. And I'm doing some talks around Ireland for the charity, and the money we collect is all going to that. And then you asked me, was I doing an event? So I've decided that I'm going to run from my house here in the south of Ireland to my mum's house in Dublin. It's about, you do miles, don't you? In miles, it's about 280 miles. And so I'm going to do that. I wanted to do it on my bare feet, but I think Eddie wants me to do it in the next couple of months. So my feet probably won't be hard enough to do that. So, but anyway, one way or the other, that's my next goal, to run that distance from Cork to Dublin. Bottom line. So yeah.
Fantastic.
Oh, I've got a pair of legs. They work, thankfully, and my health is good. And some people don't have that, so that's the least that I could do. These guys, these little kids are the heroes. They're incredible. Oh, my heart goes out to them. So I would run barefoot, no problem. The little bit of pain that I get is a minor detail, trust me. So yeah. So it's all good.
I was going to go to the gym, but I'm actually just going to go for a run. It saves me an hour of travel too. So I'm just going to go and run because I'm just going to have you in my head.
Well, I'll be with you. I'll be thinking of you, and I'll be always one more step. Always remember, never ever give up. There's always one more step in life. And you learn that in the desert, trust me. When the heat is beating down on top of you, 46 degrees, and you've got that weight in your back, and you've 100 kilometers to go, and you can't see anybody, you're on your own. And that voice is telling you, I've had it, I'm done, I can't do this anymore, I'm out of here. And you find that one step, just that one baby step. And then when you make it, you think about making another step. That's how you do it. The same with anything in life. There's always one more step, guys. And so go out there, have an amazing day, everybody, and have a great run, Taj. And look, I love you all to bits, and if you need me, I'm never far away.
Thanks so much, Dave. Thank you, everybody, for asking questions. I love it when we ask questions. I love Kyla's comment. She's put, love it. Guess I'll be heading out for a run this morning then. No rest day. Just from Australia. So, hi, Kyla. And Erin,
hi, Kyla.
Early in the morning there. God bless you guys. So thanks so much, Dave. We'll get this on YouTube ASAP for everybody because this was just so inspirational. Like, I'm like buzzing with excitement right now. And we'll see you all really soon. Thank you so much for your time, Dave, and have a really good evening. Bye, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. God bless. Bye. Have a good one.